What's going on, guys? My name is Todd. Welcome to No Show Drift. On today's episode, we're going to be replacing the distributor and CAS on the R31. Stick around, check it out. As you can probably tell, I'm in a new location. I have moved. I will be making a video that kind of is updating what I've been doing and where I am. But I'm in Dubbo. I moved here for work. That's over and done with. The Dizzy and CAS on the R31. I'm replacing those because they're causing issues with it's not starting up properly and losing power and fumbling and missing and all that kind of stuff. It's a very, very common issue with RB30s is that the CAS goes, and the CAS is on the distributor. So usually people just replace the whole thing. I'll show you what stuff I've got to replace it and what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, if you're having issues with misfire or it spluttering on startup, or if you're driving down the street and all of a sudden it kind of the power cuts out, it's like that kind of thing, it's probably the CAS. They fail all the time on these things. They're super old technology, and they fail pretty badly. So if you have those issues, this is probably what it is. It is the cam angle sensor, or the CAS. But yeah, so I'll show you how to do that today. We'll be doing stuff with timing and all that kind of thing and mess around with it. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, I'm just gonna start it up and I'll see if it does the thing where it splutters and carries on startup. Give it a crack. It's not in gear, good. No, just start up straight away. Okay, so for those who don't know, this is the distributor cap, leads, little bolt over here, 12mm bolt that holds it on. Now, before you take any of this off, I'd probably suggest finding top dead center, which involves getting 24mm on a big ratchet and then just turning the crank until, I'll get a close-up of it, but there's a little notch. If you can see, there's a little notch there, and I'll turn the crank around and you'll be able to see the marks that I'll line it up with, but there's a little notch which marks top dead center on some notches on the harmonic balancer down there. So down here, I'm under the car. This is how you get access to this bolt. This is in the center here, but to actually get to it, you will have to lie on the ground and get your little ratchet, go underneath. All right, I'll be getting it wrong. It's not a 24, it's a 27mm. So get under here, you'll be able to feel around here with your little harmonic balancer. Get your dude up in there. It's pretty simple. It goes on like that. That's on the bolt there. And then you want to give it a crank, and you usually will have someone up the top, which I will get. I'll get Morrigan to do that for me now. She'll jump up the top and watch for these marks, and she'll film it at the same time. As you can see on the harmonic balancer, you can see all the little notches now. That's your timing marks. So each one of them indicates 5 degrees of timing. We want to line it up to the far left, which is 0 degrees. So I'm just going to turn it now until it lines up with the hump on the timing belt case. Okay, yeah, so we're lined up with the top dead center there. Now, if you look at it from this angle, obviously you're not lining the two dots up. You really got to get your head, I can't get the camera there, but you got to turn your head to the side and really line the two notches up perfectly. So you have the perfect top dead center. All right, now we have top dead center. We can remove the distributor and cam angle sensor. First things first, you'll be taking this plug and this plug off and this one. So there's 3 plugs, 1, 2, 3. Then undo all these leads. There's 7 of them. There's markings on this distributor cap to tell you where to put them back to do with what spark plug they lead to. But yeah, you can mark them if you want to, but I just rip them off because you can work it out easy enough. So yeah, take all that off and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, as you can see, we've taken all the leads off, the plugs. We're all ready to start taking the distributor out itself. But first, I'll talk about something. All right, so I've done this probably 4 or 5 times now. Each time, it's been kind of different. It's been I can never get it right. There is an exhaust stroke and there is a intake stroke. Now, apparently you need to do this and set it to the top dead center on the intake stroke. I don't know how to tell that. I don't know what you'd have to look at your valves or something, or there might be a way to see maybe on the cam or something like that. I'm sure anyone who's maybe a mechanic or is qualified for this kind of thing would know how to do that. I have no idea. I just wing it. I just set it to top dead from wherever it is. I've tried to try it on both ends. Sometimes it won't start, sometimes it will. But yeah, it's, I don't know, do a little more research yourself on this to see how to actually tell that. But for me, I just kind of set it like I have now, pull the Dizzy out, put it in, put the new one in. If it doesn't work, I spin it 180 and then try again. Or sometimes I just start from the beginning, set stop dead, try it again, and go from there. But yeah, we'll give it a go. I'll show you my movements and we'll see if the thing will start. So yeah, good luck out there. Okay, I'm gonna take the Dizzy cap off, just so you can see where the rotor button, I guess you call it, is. 2 bolts for the Dizzy cap, Phillips head there, and then just one directly opposite on the other side. Just checking to see that that rotor was sitting in the right position, which it is. That's where one is there. It's sitting just there. Yeah, that's the thing that spins around and sends spark to your cylinders if you didn't know, I guess. So now that we have our Dizzy cap off, this little bolt here, 12 mil, undo that guy. That adjusts your ignition timing. So yeah, just undo that and then this will just slide out. But I'll film me doing that so you can kind of watch the process and how it all goes down. All right, bolt out. Now, you want to pull this out. This turns the little mechanism that it's on. You'll see it when we pull it out, but this spins. So I'm gonna like start to pull this out a little bit and you'll be able to see. See? Whoop, 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 whoop. It spins as it comes out straight. Whoop. Get this guy to come out. As you can see, that's the little gear it sits on. So because it's angled as it goes in, it turns that rotor button. Okay, old Dizzy here, new one here. With these distributors and buying them new, you can't actually get an R31 Dizzy or an R31 CAS, crank angle sensor. So what you need to do is, you need to replace the whole, so you couldn't just, like this Dizzy's fine, but you can't just replace this with a new part. They don't exist. You need to get a VL part instead of an R31 part, but then the VL one doesn't fit and doesn't work with an R31 distributor. So what you need to do is either buy a new VL distributor or a secondhand one that works, and then buy a new VL crank angle sensor. You get that combined, you can put it in the car and it'll work. So that's what we've done here. I bought this off a friend who had it sitting around. Brand new Dizzy, brand new crank angle sensor from a VL. Yeah, this is the new one. We're gonna be putting this in. I'll show you the markings we have to line up with in a second to then put it back into the car correctly. All right, on like the R31 or like the original OEM Dizzy, you've got this mark here, little notch there, and this little dot on this bit here. You line them up, and I'll show you where you line them up to in a second when I put the new one in. But on the new one, they're a bit different. It's got this little notch here and this little circle there that you line up. And then we'll go over to the car in a second and I'll show you how to put them in. So as you can see, we've got our little dot lined up with our notch there. And then this little crease or like marking in the casing here is where you line it up to. So you just want to hold it, line it there, go in, make sure it doesn't turn. Now, because the jaws are big, sometimes you've got to give it a little manipulating to actually get it to slot on. So we're going to like turn that a little bit that way. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we are. And that's in there like that. But the thing you have to check here is, I'm going to turn this back to here where this lines up here. And we want to make sure that this is pointing to around 1, which I don't think it is. I think I might have missed the tooth. So if we have a look at this, as you can see, it's pointing at 4, so I've missed the tooth. So what we do is pull this back out, like that. Oh, we want to turn it this way a little bit.
Hands.
There we go, that went on the next tooth over, so I think that'll be close. Let's have a look. Not quite, it needs to go one more. So one more tooth along to line back up to where it was when it came out. So yeah, one more time, I'm gonna pull it back out. There. We're gonna go down one more tooth. That should. No, I think I went back onto the same one then. I think that's it there. Yep, that's it. Yeah, that's where it was. So it's kind of pointing down the bottom there. That's how it was when we pulled it out. So now that we've got that sorted, we can put everything back together and see if this dude starts. I've got all my leads back on, all 3 plugs, 1, 2, 3, on. I've screwed my Dizzy on. This bolt I've just put in there loose, so you can still adjust the timing with that. anywhere in this area, this car should start if we've done it correctly. So I'm just gonna leave it in the center. Yeah, let's try and start it and see if it works. I'll see if I'm a giant, massive failure. Well, apparently I did it. I did it the first go. That's the first time that's ever happened. I've sometimes fucked around with this for like hours getting this to work. So I guess I am an R31 god. How neat. So let the car warm up, which I have for a little bit. Then you want to do your timing. Now, I'm not going to show you how to use timing light. There's like thousands of videos on how to do that. Put your timing light up. As you can see the little timing lights, the timing marks. And you can see the move as I move the Dizzy. Get the timing change. It's a bit of a bad shot, but I'll show you where to set it to for the timing. All right, I'm not going to turn the car off and put it back to top dead center to show you the marks again. You can kind of rewind and see it, but you'll be able to see it on yours if you're doing this to yours. Each notch is 5 degrees of timing. It goes 0, 5, 10, 15, 25, I think it goes to 30. So the first notch is 0, the second one is 5. So where you want to set it, you want to set it to 20 degrees. 20 degrees is advanced. Factory setting is 15, so if you want to go back to factory, 15 is it. Go to 20, it accelerates a little better. Advanced timing, you know what that does, or you can Google it. So 20 degrees is where we want to set it, and I'm going to set that up now. Oh, I've set the timing to 20 degrees. Once that's done, you want to do your bolt back up. This bolt here specifically that like adjusts your timing. Do that up, and then once you do it up, just check your timing again, because sometimes that can move a little bit. So I'm going to do that up, check my timing. If it's still at 20 degrees, then we're all done. So, we're all done. That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Like I said, I usually have a lot of problems with getting the Dizzy to go back in and then the car starting correctly in the right spot. Maybe I got lucky this time. If you do have any issues with this, please hit me up on Instagram, hit me up in the comments of this video, and I can discuss it with you and try and help you out. But yeah, I don't know, follow what I did and it seems to all work. That's how you replace your CAS. Congratulations. I'm gonna take this for a rip now, see how it runs, set at 20 degrees timing, make sure I put all my plugs on and my leads sat up out of the way of like the exhaust and fans and stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out my TikTok if you want. I don't upload that much in either one of these platforms, but I do it when I want to and I'm really enjoying it. So, catch you on the next one. Bye.